Jesus Christ walked this earth as a man, yet he was so much more. Born in humble surroundings, he grew up to become a carpenter, but his true calling was far greater. Jesus was and is the Son of God, sent to redeem humanity. His life, teachings, and ultimately his sacrifice offered us a path to salvation and a restored relationship with God. Central to Jesus' ministry were miracles. These extraordinary acts weren't just displays of power, but powerful demonstrations of God's love and compassion. They revealed Jesus' divine nature and pointed towards the kingdom of God, a realm where love, healing, and abundance reign. Through these miracles, people witnessed the impossible become possible, igniting a spark of hope in their hearts. Miracles are like windows into the heart of God. They remind us that He is not distant or indifferent to our struggles. When Jesus healed the sick or calmed the storm, He showed us the depth of God's love and His willingness to intervene in our lives. Each miracle served a purpose. They weren't random acts, but deliberate expressions of God's character. They revealed His compassion, His power over nature, and His authority over sickness and death. Most importantly, they pointed towards Jesus as the Messiah, the one who came to bring light into the world and offer hope to the hopeless. Imagine a wedding celebration, joy filling the air. Suddenly disaster strikes, the wine runs out. This happened in Cana, where Jesus performed his first miracle. His mother Mary told him about the problem. Jesus instructed the servants to fill large jars with water. Then he told them to draw some out and take it to the master of the feast. To everyone's astonishment, the water had transformed into the finest wine. This miracle, though seemingly simple, revealed Jesus' glory. It demonstrated His power to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. More importantly, it foreshadowed His ability to transform our lives, turning our emptiness into abundance, our sorrow into joy. Compassion in action feeding the 5,000, a vast crowd had gathered to hear Jesus teach. As the day wore on, people grew hungry. Seeing their need, Jesus asked His disciples how much food they had. They found only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, hardly enough to feed so many. Yet Jesus took the food, gave thanks to God, and miraculously multiplied it. Thousands of people ate their fill that day, with baskets left over. This miracle wasn't just about filling empty stomachs. It was about revealing the boundless compassion of Jesus. He saw their physical hunger and met it with abundance, reminding us that He cares for our needs, both big and small. Restoring sight, a blind man sees. Imagine living in darkness, unable to see the beauty of the world. This was the reality for a blind man Jesus encountered. With compassion, Jesus touched the man's eyes, and instantly his sight was restored. The man, overwhelmed with joy, could finally see the world in all its splendor. This miracle wasn't just about physical healing. It was about spiritual awakening. Jesus opened the man's physical eyes, but He also opened his heart to the truth of who Jesus was, the Son of God. It reminds us that Jesus brings light into our lives, illuminating our path and guiding us towards Him. Walking on water, a lesson in faith. One stormy night, the disciples were caught in a raging sea. Suddenly, they saw Jesus walking towards them on the water. Terrified, they thought He was a ghost, but Jesus calmed their fears, saying, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." Peter, wanting to believe, asked Jesus to call him out onto the water. Jesus did. Peter, filled with faith, stepped out of the boat and began walking on water. But as the wind and waves intensified, he became afraid and started to sink. Immediately, Jesus reached out, caught him, and helped him back into the boat. This miracle teaches us about the power of faith. When we trust in Jesus, even amidst life's storms, He will be there to lift us up and keep us from sinking. An enduring legacy of hope. The miracles of Jesus are not confined to the pages of history. They are living testimonies to the power and love of God, still relevant and inspiring today. They remind us that with God all things are possible. No matter what challenges we face, we can find hope in knowing that the same God who calmed storms, healed the sick, and raised the dead is still at work in our world today. Through faith in Jesus Christ, we too can experience miracles in our lives. They may not always be as dramatic as walking on water or raising the dead, but they will be just as real and life-changing. These miracles might come in the form of answered prayers, unexpected provision, or renewed hope in times of despair. The miracles of Jesus offer a timeless message of hope. reminding us that even in the darkest of times, God's love and power are always with us.